So Facebook says I'm live. Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? So let's see. More from. Alrighty. So Facebook says I'm live. Am I live? Okay, I see myself. Where's my phone? Hold on. So let's see if we got anybody coming here. I need to share this to my. Funny enough, I can't see if anyone is watching. Do I have people watching? I don't know. Because I'm not using my software, I am using Facebook's live thingy directly. Hi. I can't even see if anyone is watching. This is weird with Facebook. I have no clue. So I need to share this to my group. So I'm just hang on if you're here and you're watching, you're seeing me. Just hang on for a little bit. I gotta share to my group. Just to let my group people know that I'm. Oh shoots. This thing went out. My candle just fell over. Oh, come on. We are not doing this right now. So, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. We get some more people in here, and in the meantime, I'm trying to get this candle to stay lit. And I gotta go share to my group. So let me jump. Got to turn my phone down. Oh, so share to my group. Yeah, I'm a one person band, so I gotta I don't have someone on the back end. Where's Alive? Come on. I just wanna share to my groups. Share. Share. Alrighty. Alright, so it's been forever. I haven't come on here and done a live in forever. So we're just gonna, I'm just hoping to see some more people get in here and then we get started. So I'm actually planning to, we're gonna be doing some live readings because you know I love doing that. And I was thinking just when I came to start setting up, I was thinking that I could maybe do a guided meditation, a meet your spirit guide type of meditation, because I know people are, that's something people are always asking about. How do I meet my spirit guides? I want to meet my spirit guides. So I feel like that is something that I'm going to be doing here. So let's just see. And if you're here, please share, please invite people. You never know who may need a message or, who may get a message. Hi, Robin. I know. I decided to surprise you guys. I haven't been on here. I looked and I was like, oh my lord, I haven't been live in like 2 months. I think the last time I was live was on Laura's show. I was with Laura. I think that's the last time that I actually went live. So, hi Michelle, how are you? Thank you for showing up. Oh, so, like I was saying, if you have friends or family who might enjoy this live, go ahead and invite them. And I was saying that I'm thinking of, other than doing readings, because I'll be doing readings, I'm also thinking of doing a little guided meditation, maybe like a meet your spirit guide meditation. That's what I'm thinking. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. How are you? So, all right, I see more people getting on in here. Share, 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 like I'm asking, If you know people who will enjoy the live, please do share out. And please do make sure that you're hitting that love button. That tells Facebook that, this is something is going on here. And also comments. Comments shows Facebook, because Facebook is all about the algorithm. So when you comment, the comment shows Facebook that, oh, this is a live, that people are on it, people are commenting, people are interacting and engaging. So thank you all for all the comments. Now, what we're gonna do while we're waiting for people to get in here, I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna use sweetgrass this time. Still have a little bit of my sweetgrass. And you know what? Let's double it up. So we are gonna go with a little bit of sweetgrass, and then I'll be using this Palo Santo. This is from Machu Picchu. So I have had this for a few years now. I think it was 2022. Some friends of mine, they went and did the ayahuasca journey, and then the shamans they got this from the shamans for me, and they got it blessed and all of that. And this is ethically sourced. They use the pieces that fall off the tree. So we're gonna be using this first, get rid of the negative energy, and this bring in some positive energy. So let me go ahead and get this lit. I hope this doesn't set off my smoke detector. So, and I actually have a pink candle. I lit a pink candle today. Pink for Friday. Friday is Freya's Day. So pink for that. So let me just get this lit, and once we get this lit, then I'm gonna start. How is everyone doing? What is it like in your neck of the woods, where you are at, where you're from? Tell me where you're watching from. Where are you watching? I'm in NOLA. I am in New Orleans. And if you're new here, if this is your first time here, the first time you're hearing me, I'm Jamaican, so that is why my accent. So I'm gonna anchor this thing in the container that it's in. Oops, and I'll put it out accidentally. So getting this thing lit. So tell me where you are watching from. Where are you here from? Where are you tuning in from? What's the weather like where you are right now? Here, today's a nice day here. It rained earlier today. And so it was like, it made it into a really nice day. It's not really cold here. You're in the UK. Hi. With the smoke. Come on. I need this to light some more. With the smoke, I cleanse this place. I banish negativity, every single trace. Let the light of the divine fill the sacred space. Only love, joy, and peace shall it embrace. With the smoke, I cleanse this place. I banish negativity, every single trace. Let the light of the divine cleanse the sacred space. Only love, joy, and peace shall it embrace. With the smoke, oops, this is falling apart on me. I cleanse this place. I banish negativity, every single trace. Let the light of the divine cleanse the sacred space. Only love, joy, and peace shall it embrace. East Central Kansas. It's really sunny and beautiful outside watching the boats on the lake. Oh, there's a lake here too, Lake Pontchartrain, but that is all the way over in Kenner. That's over in the other city. But I love going to that lake. It's very beautiful. That's one of the things I miss with living in Jamaica, where the ocean was always just right there, and I've been landlocked because I live in NOLA and we have the river, yes, but there is nothing like the ocean. And for me, I know the ocean is right there in Biloxi, but it's black sand. I don't like it. I'm not used to black sand. I don't like black sand. I like white sand beaches. Nicole, you owe me beach time. You owe me beach time, Nicole. So I'm trying now to light this so we can use this. So like I was saying, today I'm going to talk a little bit. We're going to do readings, but I'm going to talk a little bit about, our spirit guides. And then I'm going to do a guided meditation where you get to meet your spirit guides. And then after that, we do some readings. So that's going to be the order of the day. All right. Typically, I normally do the meditation before final last, but I think I'm going to switch things up today. This is taking its own sweet time to light. It's not reaching anywhere. And that is one of the things I realized with these ones. Like this one, it's a little bit harder to light than the typical ones I buy from the store. And to me, that just tells me that the store-bought ones, the Palo Santo from the store, they add additives, they add chemicals to it because they light easily, and the scent they give off, like it's totally different when you get like, peace straight from the tree. So I'm trying to get this piece lit here. So, come on. It's giving me a fight. A torch typically lights this, but I'm out of gas for my torch. I need to remember to order some gas for my torch. Ah, it's finally lit. So, with the smoke, I cleanse this place. I banish negativity, every single trace. Let the light of the divine fill this sacred space. Only love, joy, and peace shall it embrace. With the smoke, I cleanse this place. I banish negativity, every single trace. Let the light of the divine fill the sacred space. Only love, joy, and peace shall it embrace. Alrighty, so we're going to put this to the side. So like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about spirit guides, just a little bit about that, and then we're going to do a guided meditation. So your spirit team, to me, these are the beings who are around you. This can be your soul family. These can be like your ancestors, your spirit guide, your guardian angel, and other spiritual beings who come in from time to time to help you. And you may find that some of these spirit guides, like, they come into your life basically at different points in your life. So you may find sometime that the guide who is guiding you when you're going through a transition, say you're leaving a relationship, the guide who guides you there may be different from one who shows up when, say, you're trying to start a business or you're changing career. So you'll find that different guides show up at different points in time. So we have spirit guides, and these, most times, your spirit guides and your guardian angel, they're with you from birth, so they've always been with you. Some of them have had human lives, which means that they're better able to understand the human condition, the physical density of this incarnation. Others, they may not have incarnated on earth, but they still hold awareness from higher dimensions. Then you may have, like I say, you may have seasonal guides who are there when you're going through grief, spiritual awakening, business expansion, motherhood, fatherhood, illness, leadership. Like, you also have specialized guides that help you with specific abilities like writing, healing, channeling, teaching, mediumship, etc. Now, know that your spirit guides, they will never override your free will. They do not control your decisions. Like, what they do is they offer you a different perspective. They offer you insight, energetic support, and little nudges, so to say. So if you are connecting and you feel the voice feels critical or superior or fear-based, then that is not higher guidance. That is your nervous system conditioning or possibly unresolved trauma speaking. Then you also have angels and archangels, and these ones, they are not bound by karma the way human souls are. So they mostly function like stabilizing pillars of energy, and they come in and they offer clarity, protection, healing, courage, truth, divine order, etc. And then I want to say we also have our ancestors, because our ancestors can be guides as well. And then your ancestors, these are not every ancestor is a guide, I will tell you this. The ancestors that become your guides, those are the ones who have healed, like they have evolved enough in spirit so that they can become protectors and guardians of the bloodline. And so those are the ancestors that you work with. And then you also have like ascended masters and spiritual teachers, people like Yeshua, Buddha, etc. Like, you have those. You also have elemental and nature spirits. So those are also things you can connect with. And for some of you, if trying to connect with those higher frequency beings, it feels like a little bit overwhelming, I would suggest connecting with the elementals and the nature spirits. Like, connect with those more. And you also have star lineage and cosmic guides, and these would be your soul family who are from the places where, whatever constellation, whatever places that you are from. These beings, they come in and they connect with you to help you through your earthly incarnation. Now, understand too that Working with your spirit team is all about partnership. It's not about hierarchy. Your spirit team, they're not above you. They're not superior. They're not here to be worshipped. They are collaborators. Remember, you are the one living this life. You are the one in the body. You are the one that makes the decisions. What they do is they offer support, they offer perspective, protection, and reminders of truth. Now, a question that I get asked a lot is people always ask me, what's my spirit guide's name? What's my guardian angel's name? And I'll tell you something that I had this, I want to say, told to me a couple of years ago, and then I'm re-listening Dolores Cannon's Between Life and Death, and there is a part in it when she says that, the names we oftentimes give to our spirit guides, it's like, in a way, it's not say bad, but it's like, it doesn't do it justice, because on the spirit side it's more of energy and not, name, so to say. So it's more of an energetic feeling, and that was something from quite a long time ago that I had asked, like, about spirit guides and names of whoever's, working with people, and some they have said to me that it is all about the message and not the messenger. And it's like every time they come here to help and they give their names, instead of collaboration, instead of accepting the message, people start worshiping them. So if you're looking for your spirit guide's name and it's like, you're having difficulty, that is all right. That is all right. You don't need their name for them to help you. Now, the other thing too is it's about your free will and your sovereignty. Your spirit guides or your spirit team, they will not just swoop in without your explicit permission. That's why you have to ask them. You have to ask help. And that is how much they respect your sovereignty, where they will never override your free will. So always remember that. And also, if you're connecting and it's telling you that you're superior, and it's telling you, that you are more awakened than others, that is not your spirit team. That is ego. That is ego and dysfunction speaking to you right there. And the other thing I would say is nervous system regulation is very, very essential when you are trying to connect with your spirit guides, because, or your spirit family, because if in your nervous system there is dysregulation, if you're chronically anxious, hypervigilant, disassociated, emotionally reactive, it is going to be very, very difficult for you to distinguish your intuition or whatever messages you're getting from fear. So fear can sound loud, trauma can sound convincing, conditioning can sound spiritual, but guess what? It is not. A regulated nervous system creates clarity. So before any spiritual practice, I want to say the first things you need to do is ground into your body, slow breathing, feet on the floor, awareness of your body, awareness of what you're feeling. That means that you already know how your body is feeling. You already know what your thoughts are. So if when you start connecting and the messages you get, you can differentiate between what's your body or the message that you're getting. Now, the other thing is that spirit communication, it is always calm. It is never chaotic. It is never urgent. It's never urging you and telling you, oh, you gotta hurry up and do this, or you gotta hurry. No, it's not. It's always a calm feeling. To me, with spirit guides, you more feel it in your gut. You feel it in your solar plexus chakra. You feel it right there. So if it feels urgent or commanding or shaming or pressuring, that is not higher guidance. True guidance, it does not destabilize you. No, it may challenge you, because things will come up that it's like you're like, oh my lord, whoo, but it will never ever dysregulate you. All right, now understand too that not every energy that is out there is a spirit guide. Not all of it is, because there is malevolent forces out there. Not everything, you should be connecting to. And whenever you are gonna open your field to connect, do not ever say any spirit that wants to speak come forward, because that means you're just leaving. It's almost like you open your door and you just go to the loudspeaker and say, my door is open, anybody that want to enter can enter. No, you can't do that. Whenever you're connecting, you have to invite only those beings who are aligned with your highest truth, with your soul contract and your divine timing. Nothing else is permitted. And if you're connecting and something feels off, do not try to interpret it. Close the space, ground, and disengage. All right, so what else? Is there anything else that I need to say? Let me see. So let's talk about some of the ways that hi Linda, hi Kalisha, hi Debbie, hi Rachel, hi Jen. See you all. So let's talk about some of the ways how your connection may come. So some people may have their psychic senses awakened. So inner knowing is one of the, I want to say that is one of the simplest ones and the most accurate. That clear cognizance. That's a I want to say a calm certainty that appears without a long explanation. It's almost like you'll hear something say, don't go over there, or call that person, or wait, or you should do this. This is the next step. And when they communicate, like I say, it feels calm. It is not emotional chaos. Then you have thought expressions, and this is when an idea enters your mind that is slightly different from whatever you're usually thinking about. And a lot of times you find that this happens when you're busy doing something. So say you ask, you're seeking guidance, and you may ask, you may get into a meditation, whatever, you may ask, and the answer doesn't come at the same time. But then you're washing dishes, or you're, cleaning your house, you're doing something, and then all of a sudden it's like, aha, a light bulb goes off in your head. A lot of times that is your spirit team communicating with you. Now, the only key here, I would say, is learning the difference between a thought that comes from fear and a thought that comes from higher guidance. Another is body sensation. So whenever I'm gonna get into a space of, whenever I'm doing like any sort of reading, energy work, one thing I always do is check my body. I always do a body scan. I make sure, how does my head feel? How does my neck feel? How does my hands like? And I go all the way down, because this now gives me an idea of how my body is feeling. So when I connect, and if I start feeling warmth or chills or pressure or tingles or a sense of expansion in my chest, etc., then I know that I'm connecting with my spirit team. I know that it is either for me or the person who I'm working with. Now, I want to say a common pattern is expansion versus contraction. So whenever you feel expansion, that to me often signals alignment, And then when it's like contraction, it feels, that to me signals misalignment or a need for caution. Now, this is not about, overthinking every sensation that you may get. It is about noticing consistent patterns. Now, we also get emotional signals. Sometimes the messages arrive as a sudden emotional wave that does not match the current moment that you're in. Again, you may be doing something and all of a sudden, you start feeling maybe tenderness, it may be peace, it may be grief. Like you start feeling something. Sometimes that is your guides trying to connect with you. Mental movies and images. For some people, and this happens for me too, some people may receive flashes of imagery, a symbol, a door, a color, a face, a place, a sequence, just like something, a little movie going on, so to say. Now, this may appear in meditation, it may appear in a half asleep state, or just going throughout your day. You may get spontaneous inner visuals. Now, the thing to remember is that images are often symbolic. They are not always literal. So the goal is not to force interpretation immediately. I say the goal is to notice what repeats. Another one is dreams. A lot of us get so much in our dreams. I like to tell people, keep a dream journal by your bedside. And when you wake up in the mornings, before you talk to anybody, before you do anything, the first thing you do is take that journal and write down everything that you dreamt about, that you can remember that you dreamt about. And I promise you that after a time, you're gonna looking at that, you're gonna start to see patterns. You are gonna start to see even answers. And remember that dream messages are often symbolic. So what matters is the feeling and the theme, and you don't need a perfect interpretation for everything that you dream in order to receive benefit. Another is signs and synchronities, and for this one, I love to use the term the Greeks used to use, kleidon. Now, kleidon means innocent oracles, and as another thing, signs and synchronities. Now, kleidon can be, you ask a question, you are seeking guidance, and you ask spirit, and then you leave it up to spirit, and you're going about your day. And you go about your day, and you may be walking down the street, and you see a car pass with something on it, a number. It can be a number synchronity, it can be a song, it can be anything. But what you realize is that whatever you heard, it gives the answer to whatever you were thinking about. And that is how the ancient Greeks used to do it. They would pray to Zeus, Jupiter, whoever it is, and then they would just go about their day, and they would watch For they would watch things. They would watch, like, what's the weather like today? Maybe if last night the wind was blowing westward, tonight is today. When they ask the question, they step out, it's blowing eastward. They see that as a sign. They see signs and synchronities, I want to say, everywhere. No, synchronities and signs, they're not meant to create obsession. They're meant to confirm alignment, timing, or direction. And an example of that, so I did a reading for my beautiful friend Amanda Gibbs, and she's on here too. I did a reading for her a couple days ago, and when I'm gonna do readings, I have like 80 decks. I never know which deck I'm gonna use. So probably 5 minutes before I'm gonna do a reading, I'm walking out of my kitchen, and this deck, and I'm gonna show it to you guys, that I've been using since the other day. This deck was on the arm of my sofa, and I heard in my head, this is the deck you should use for her. And I was like, all right, and I moved it and I put it on my desk, and we started doing the reading, and when I explained to her, she said to me, guess what? I just walked through Indian territory yesterday, and this deck, it is a discovery of self through native teachings, a Native American deck. Then we're doing the reading, and there were so many synchronities coming up. Then I changed. While we were there, I had a feeling like I should use another deck, and I saw the deck coming up in my head, and I said to her, let me use this deck. I'm going to use this deck. And the messages that started coming out, when we got to one, there were two cards that had a trident on it. And when I told her, she started crying because she had trident tattoos. How powerful is that? After I finished the reading, I was putting the cards up, and I heard in my head, this is Kuan Yin, give her this lotus. And I said, Amanda, Kuan Yin is here and she says to give you a lotus. I in turn started crying when she held her hand up, and on her arm, she has two lotus tattoos, and the top one was the exact lotus that I saw that Kuan Yin gave me to give her. So those are signs and synchronities. I didn't know what it meant for her. I just heard in my head, this is Kuan Yin, give this to her. And I didn't try to interpret it. All I did was tell her exactly what was said to me. So those are ways signs and synchronities can work as well. So hi Shay, hi Janet. It was just a spontaneous, it was an impromptu live Shay. I was just here and I was like, you know what? Y'all haven't seen me in a while, and I know there are a lot of people here who have never heard my voice. So let me get on here. So now let us talk about how to tell the difference between guidance and fear. So fear-based messages, they tend to feel urgent. They spiral you. They're dread. They're shame. It's pressure. It's a need to act immediately or something bad will happen. A sense that you are not safe. Now, I will say that your spirit team will never ever shame you. If you are getting messages that are shaming you and that's pressuring you and makes you spiral and feel dread, that is not from your spirit team. Spirit doesn't do that. Even when it's a message, I have been doing this professionally for since 2020, and even when I've gotten death messages, even when I've gotten things where I can see clearly that someone is on a transition, I have never gotten into a way that actually feels like dread or shame or pressure, because remember, Spirit knows that you're here to learn, you're here to grow, you're here to evolve. And in order to learn, to grow, and to evolve, guess what? You are going to have to go through experiences. So it will never ever try to shame you for an experience that you have been through that is going to teach you something, because that's what life is. Every single experience you have is a teaching moment. Now, on the other hand, higher guidance feels like calm clarity, neutral truth, a simple direction, a feeling of steadiness, even if the message is firm, encouragement towards growth, a sense of empowerment. Higher guidance does not bully you, it does not threaten you, it does not shame you, and it does not rush you in a frantic way. And most importantly, it will never ever contradict your sovereignty. If a message is telling you to abandon yourself, ignore your well-being, or tolerate abuse, etc., this is not spiritual guidance. That is something hijacking, hijacking that line, that connection, so to say. This is programming, trauma, or distortion. Alrighty? Now, a lot of times too, I get asked a question, Loy, I'm connecting with my spirit guys and I don't hear anything, nothing is happening. And I like to tell people, a lot of us expect our spirit guys to come and say, Loy, you need to look over there. A lot of times it's not like that. It is not like that. So one of the main reasons why some people may feel not connected, it is because one, they're expecting it to look a certain way. they're too mentally noisy to notice subtle guidance. They're disconnected from the body. They're seeking from desperation instead of steadiness, and they're discounting the simplest form of guidance, which is inner knowing. And I forgot to say this, your greatest spirit guide is going to be your higher self. Your higher self, it is the most ascended aspect of you. It is a part of you that has already lived this earthly life. It's already gone through everything and it already knows. And that's why your higher self will never rush you. It will try to get your attention in the subtlest ways, but it will never take up a loud horn and try to rush you and all of that. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. So to me, spirit communication, it begins with the simplest thing: a gentle nudge, a quiet feeling, a subtle sense of direction. So if you keep dismissing the subtle, you know what? You train yourself to ignore spirit. And now we're going to go a little bit scientific. The brain is in two halves. You have the right hemisphere, you have the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere is, I call it the spiritual side. That is where intuition, that is where creativity, all of that comes from. The left side is the logical side. So typically what happens is you will get, you get a little nudge. And when you get the nudge, the first thing you do is you doubt it. You know what? You just trained your mind to doubt the messages that are coming through. So just like I had explained, what I do when I'm doing a session, when I'm doing a reading, even for myself, you see what comes out, as soon as it comes out, I blurt it out. I like to tell people I just blurt things out. I don't second guess it. I don't do any of that, because to me, the intuition is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So if you dismiss the subtle things that come in, you're training yourself to be more on the logical side of your brain. And the logical side, it is going to kick out spiritual stuff all the time, because the logical side, it is analytical, it is logic, it is trying to make sense of things. And with the spirit world, not everything gets a logical explanation. But guess what? If you honor the subtle, if you trust that gentle nudge, it gets stronger and stronger every day. So I'm going to give you a few practical tips now that you can use to strengthen your own intuitive language. Stillness. I like to say that a lot of times we can't hear the voice of the creator because our minds are like Times Square on New Year's Eve. It's like 500 lanes of traffic going. You can't hear the voice of the creator. So the first thing to do is create a baseline of stillness. Even 5 minutes a day matters. If your mind is always busy, you're gonna miss the subtle guidance. The other thing is, ask one question at a time. Don't overload the space. Don't ask 500 questions. And the next thing is, track patterns. Write down what you felt, write down what you sensed, what symbol appeared, what thought came true, etc. And when you write down things, you tend to realize that over a period of time, you start to see repetition. The next thing is, use confirmation in your body. When you think that you receive guidance, check how your body feels. Does it feel calmer, more open, more steady? Do you feel more anxious or pressured? Like, those will help you to understand. The other thing I say is, do not force interpretation. Sometimes guidance needs time. It needs time to unravel. It needs time to, for you to see it, for you to fully understand it. So just let the message breathe. And the other thing I like to say is, keep it practical. Ask questions that support real life decisions. If the guidance cannot be applied, you will not trust it. Now, the other thing I like to say is, communication with your spirit team, it becomes much clearer when there is a relationship. So you can't, you got to treat your spirit team just like you treat a relationship with your spouse, your parent, your child. You have to have a relationship with them. And the longer you have a relationship with them, then you will realize that you start trusting it more. Trust is built by consistency. When you receive guidance and you follow it, even in small ways, you know what happens? That relationship with your spirit team, it strengthens. But if you ignore it, if you dismiss it, or if you second guess everything, the channel becomes quieter, because it's like, they're like, you don't need my help. Like, I try to help you and you don't need my help. And guess what? You will notice this even with regular humans. How many of you have had somebody in your life that you try to help, and it's like, no matter what you do, you can't get through to them? Or the ones who, they only run to you when they want something. They don't remember about you otherwise. But the minute they want something, they're knocking down your door. It's kind of the same thing with the spirit world. So if you ignore it, if you dismiss it, if you second guess it, then the channel is gonna become quieter. You're not gonna be getting anything. This is not punishment. This is just like energetic feedback. So the more that you honor your own intuitive language, the more it becomes a stable part of your life. All right. So, did I touch on everything? Anyone has any questions regarding this before I move on to the guided meditation? So I'm having the table open for questions right now. If anyone has any questions they want to ask, you can go ahead and ask those questions. And then we are going to move on to, I'm going to talk about one more thing and then we move on to the guided meditation. So, Junie, I love these teachings. Will it be replayed? I think Facebook is going to have it up for 30 days. So there won't be a replay here. I'll try to download it and add it to my YouTube channel. My software, I normally use Talk Studio, but my software is giving some problems, so I didn't want to go mess with that. Hi, Mike. Nice to see you too. Sorry, guys, you see me looking down because I'm looking at the comments on my phone. So no one, so if you don't have any questions, I'm going to just move on a little bit with the teaching. So now we talk about, as I was saying, consistency. The next thing is ask better questions. So the quality of your questions will shape the quality of the answers and the clarity of the answers that you get. So don't ask, what is my life purpose? That is too broad. That creates a lot of noise that you don't need. Instead, ask, what is my next aligned step? Or maybe you can ask, what am I not seeing clearly right now about the situation? Or what is the lesson in this situation? Now, specific questions invite specific guidance. Also understand that your spirit team will not always give you the answer that you want. What they will do is they will give you the perspective that supports growth. And that is why I'll tell you, for me, one of the ways that I read, typically when I read, and for people who have done sessions with me, they know this. When they come, I literally tell them, the questions that you have, hold your questions first. And I tell them, I don't want to know anything about your situation. Everybody knows I read blindly. I read 100% blind. I don't want any information. I don't even want the person's name because I connect to the energy. And then I ask spirit, what does this person need to know at this point in their life? What do they need to know that is going to help them at this present moment? And then I pull my cards and I do whatever and I give them what comes up. And then after I ask them, do you have any questions? That is how I do it. I allow what they need to know, because sometimes people will come with questions and the question that they want, that is not the answer they're seeking, that is not going to help them where they're at right now. It's other guidance that they need. So remember, your spirit team, they're not going to give you what you want. They're going to give you what you need. And if you only want confirmation of your ego, you know what? You will distort the message. So you have to be willing to receive truth, not just comfort. And the next part is trust is built through action. Trust is built through, when you get a message, do not be an armchair astronaut. Meaning, don't want to go to space and you never ever do anything to go to space. Again, I like to use myself as an example. When I just started out, I had this thing that I want to become a thought leader someday. I want to become, I like to say the Archimedes of spirituality. And for that, you know what I do? That's why you guys see me on Facebook. That's why you see me write this every day. I love to write, and every single day I make sure that I write something. Even if I don't post it, I write something. I write something that, or I research something or I read something. But what I do is I am putting action into the guidance that I get from myself. So if you receive a nudge to set a boundary and you follow through with it and it strengthens your life, you know what? That trust grows. If you receive guidance to slow down and you honor it, and then when you see the benefit, trust grows. You strengthen the relationship with your spirit team by honoring it, all right? Now, the other thing you need to do is maintain boundaries with the unseen, with the spirit world. You do not have to be open all the time. You do not need to be receiving all the time. There are times when I tell my spirit guy, listen, I'm doing human stuff right now. I'm turned off from the spiritual world. Let me do human stuff. I will come back to you after another time. Like, I'm not always open. One of the crazy things is people will say to me, like when people meet me and they find out what I do, I don't lead with that. I'll say that I don't lead with that at first. But when people find out what I do, they always ask me, "Are you reading me right now?" And I'm like, "Hell no! You think I just walk around? You think I just walk around and just read open? No, I don't do that. Mm-mm. I only get into the space when I need to get into the space. Yes, I'm always cognizant of, what's going on. And I know that sometimes messages may come in when I'm not in that space. But even so, if they come in when I'm not in that space, I literally make a mental note, or I set a thing on my phone that, you know what, all right, after this 24 hours, when I'm done with whatever, we will get back to that. Because something that I've learned is spiritual burnout is real. Over engagement can lead to disassociation or imbalance. And you see, with the spiritual burnout part, it will affect your crown chakra. Being open all the time, all the time, all the time, it will affect your crown chakra. And a lot of times when people are too spiritually open, like they're open all the time, they start to get grandiose. They start to have spiritual superiority, because it's like, to me, they ain't touching grass. Even though we are spiritual, we have to remember that we are living a human life, and we gotta touch grass sometime. We have to touch grass sometime. All right. So your physical life matters. Your responsibilities matters. Your nervous system matters. You are the one who controls the door. You open it and you close it whenever you need to. All right. So now, the other thing to do is to integrate the guidance that you get into real life. A working relationship with your spirit team, it is not about collecting messages. You're not just collecting postcards. No, it is about integration. So if you're constantly receiving insight, but you are not applying it, then you know what happens? The connection is going to become ungrounded. So integration feels like doing the thing, doing the work. Maybe you need to make a phone call. Maybe you need to end an unhealthy pattern. Maybe you need to start a project. Maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you need to speak up when you're nudged to speak. Maybe you need to say no to that person you've been always saying yes to. Spiritual guidance becomes powerful when it changes behavior. If you get spiritual guidance and you don't do anything with it, it's just entertainment. It's like watching the TV. That is where maturity shows, whenever you get guidance and you use it. Now, the other thing is, make sure to keep your ego in check. One of the most dangerous distortions in spiritual development is ego inflation. So if you are connecting and you start beginning to believe that, you're chosen, you're superior, you're uniquely special, you are more enlightened because you have a spiritual connection, that is ego, that is not spirit. If you start believing that you are Mary, and you're Mary Magdalene, and you're Jesus, and you're Buddha, and you're everybody, no, you are who you are. So truth and true connection, it humbles you. It makes you more compassionate. It makes you more grounded. And it makes you more responsible. Your spirit team will not feed your delusion. What they do is they support your clarity and your growth. So if you are connecting and it makes you feel grandiose or you're above others, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Spiritual maturity, or mature spirituality, feels steady and normal. It does not feel dramatic and, inflated. Now, the other thing is that sometimes your spiritual allow your relationship with your spirit team to evolve. You're not gonna get all the answers all at once. Just like if you get into any relationship, friendship, platonic, you take time. It takes time. It takes time. So sometimes, they may give you a little nudge. They may give you a little thingy, and then you don't hear anything for a little while. It's because they want you to use your own intuition. They want you to, basically grow on yourself sometimes. So if you're connecting and you're not hearing nothing, it doesn't mean they abandon you. It means that they want you to probably connect deeper to your own intuition. They're asking you to probably trust yourself more deeply. Sometimes, they step back because they see that you've integrated the lesson and you don't need them right now. And sometimes, your higher self becomes more louder than external guidance. Growth changes the relationship. Allow it to evolve without panicking, all right? So, we're going to do a little guided meditation now. We're going to go meet your spirit guides. So, if you want to, however you get comfy, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some, let me set up my I'm gonna do some sound therapy healing. I'm gonna send you all some Reiki while we're doing this. And my ways of doing Reiki is through my sound therapy. So, and then we're gonna do readings after. So if you're here, don't go away. Once the guided meditation is over, we're gonna be pulling some cards. Oh, where are oops, don't fall over. So we're gonna do a little Reiki while we're doing this. So go ahead and get comfy. However you are comfortable, if you want to sit down, if you want to lay down, however you are comfortable. Now, this guided meditation, it is going to be a sacred place for you to consciously meet your spirit team. Today, you're not going to be imagining something random. You are not going to be reaching into the unknown without direction. You will be stepping into a protected, intentional meeting with those beings who are aligned with your soul's evolution. Now, for some of you, you may meet one specific guide. For others, you may experience multiple members of your spirit team. For some of you, you may connect with an ancestor. Other people might feel angelic presence. Some of you might have your higher self step forward. Whatever happens, it will be unique to each and every one of you who's listening today. Now, know that there's no incorrect or correct way for this to unfold. Some of you may see images clearly. Some of you may feel warmth, pressure, or emotion. Some of you may simply just know. Some of you may experience it in a very subtle way. However it comes through for you, it is all valid. And even if you don't see or feel anything, don't let that deter you. Don't let that make you feel like, the connection isn't happening. Everything is valid. Now, I want to make sure I tell you too that this meditation, it is not about forcing an experience. It is about allowing connection in a safe, grounded, and sovereign way. Also know that you are protected in this space. You are surrounded by divine light. You are anchored in your body. You are connected to the earth. And only the beings who are aligned with your highest truth and soul contact are permitted in your field. Nothing outside of your alignment has any access here. You remain fully in your body the entire time. You remain the authority in your life. You are not surrendering your power. You are entering a partnership with aligned spiritual support. So whether the experience feels dramatic or subtle, please trust that the connection is occurring at the level that you are ready for. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. And I want you to feel your body. Feel the surface beneath you. You are safe. You are grounded. You are protected. So close your eyes and allow your entire body to settle. And we're going to begin with the ocean breath technique. So for this, I want you to inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. And then you hold softly at the top for just a moment. And then you exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6, as if you are releasing a wave back into the sea. So let's do that again. Inhale deeply through the nose. Feel the rib cage expand. Then we're going to exhale long and steady through the mouth. And feel your shoulders drop as you release. And we're going to continue this rhythm. And I want you to imagine the tide is moving in and out. And with every inhale, the tide comes in. With every exhale, the tide pulls back, taking all the tension in your body with it. And as you breathe, begin scanning your body gently. Notice your forehead softening. Feel your jaw releasing. And notice just how your shoulders, they fall away from your ears. And with every exhale, allow unnecessary tension to dissolve. Your nervous system begins to shift from alertness into a calm regulation. You are safe in this moment. There is nothing to fix, and there is nothing to prove. Just allow your entire body to settle into stillness. Now imagine that you're standing inside a radiant golden pyramid. This pyramid is ancient, it's intelligent, and protective. Its walls shimmer with living golden light. It's both structure and frequency. The energy from it stabilizes your field and amplifies clarity. But you are not alone inside the sacred temple. Above the very peak at the top of the pyramid, far above you, is an infinite field of platinum white light. This light is source consciousness, pure intelligence, pure love, and pure alignment. As you inhale, imagine that platinum white light begins to pour down through the apex of the pyramid. And it descends slowly towards the crown of your head. The platinum white light, it touches the crown of your head. Feel the crown chakra gently opening, just like a lotus responding to sunlight. Any confusion, heaviness, or mental fog dissolves. The light flows down over your forehead, beginning to activate your third eye. Clarity returns. Perception sharpens without strain. Now feel this light as it moves across your temples, over your eyes. Allow the muscles around your eyes to soften. Release effort. The light flows into your cheeks and into your jaw. Unclench your jaw and let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Now feel the platinum current. It is wrapping around to the back of your head. And you can feel this gentle light as it clears the back of your skull where stress and overthinking often tend to accumulate. It soothes the base of the brain. This light, it now moves into the back of your neck and you feel it soften. The weight of your head, it is fully supported. The light continues flowing down across your shoulders, front and back. And any burdens that you have been carrying, they begin dissolving. The light streams down your arms. You feel it in your upper arms. It passes through your elbows, down into your forearms, your wrists, your palms, finally your fingertips. You feel your hands become warm and relaxed. The light now flows down into the center of your heart. It opens your heart chakra. Old grief loosens, forgiveness and unconditional love begins. The light then wraps itself around to your upper back, right between the shoulder blades. It's clearing stored emotion and releasing pressure. The platinum light continues into the solar plexus, front and back. Your personal power stabilizes. Any anxiety that you may be feeling dissolves into confidence. The light now moves into your pelvis area, into your sacral chakra. Your creativity balances. Emotional energy stabilizes. Now it flows into the lower back and down into the root chakra at the base of the spine. Safety anchors deeply into your body. The light now travels down your thighs, your knees, the great supports of your body, down into your calves, and into your feet. Now it flows out the soles of your feet into the soul star chakra below you. And from there, it continues downward into the Gaia Gateway chakra. That is at the very center of the earth. Feel and see the earth's crystalline core responding. Golden earth energy now rises upward from Gaia. You are now connected from source above to Gaia below. Platinum light descending, golden earth energy ascending. You are held like a precious baby within this cocoon of light. Your entire system is aligned. You're feeling the full balance of heaven and earth within you. Now, as you look towards the center of the golden pyramid, a steady, sacred fire begins to glow. This fire here, it represents truth, clarity, and protection. And it does not burn wildly. It is calm and intelligent. I want you to walk towards the fire and sit comfortably before it. Place your hands on your heart and silently say, I invite only my highest aligned spirit team into this sacred space. Only those aligned with my soul contract and highest truth are permitted here. Pause and allow the atmosphere around you to begin to shift. Now notice who approaches the fire. It may be one presence, or it may be several. It may be ancestral, it may be angelic, or it just might be your higher self. Remember, you're not forcing anything. You're not forcing imagery. Let your natural, intuitive language operate. And even if nothing appears clearly, trust that the connection is still occurring. Feel the presence that is sitting beside you in the firelight. Observe without judgment. They may talk out loud to you. They may talk telepathically. Maybe they say nothing at all. Just allow yourself to sit in their presence and observe without judgment. Allow yourself to be receptive. I'm going to just give you a few moments here as you sit with this connection with your spirit team. Now gently ask your guide, what is one message I most need to receive right now? And allow the answer to come through your natural channel. It may come as a word, maybe it's a phrase, a feeling in your body, an image, maybe it's sudden clarity. Whatever it is, allow it to land in your heart. And even if you don't get an answer right now, that is okay. That doesn't mean the connection isn't happening. The greatest thing is your intention and your trust. So receive the message. going to be something that for you, whenever your team is connecting, this is how they may show up, or you may see this. Notice what they hand to you. It might be something simple or symbolic. A key, a stone, a flower, a book, a flame, a crystal, a tool. It can be just about anything. But whatever you get, this is going to be a symbol of your connection to your spirit team. They hand it to you. Hold it in your hands. Feel its texture, its temperature, its weight. This object, it represents your relationship with your spirit team or spirit guide or whoever came forward for you. It represents access, remembrance, and support. Allow your spirit team to bless you with clarity, protection, and alignment. Take a deep breath and feel that blessing settle into your heart and into your solar plexus chakras. So now that you have received a message from your spirit guides, you have received the sacred object, you have received clarity, protection, and alignment, it is time to close out and return. So you're going to thank your spirit team. Thank them for showing up today. Thank them for the message and the symbol or the object they have given to you. Thank them for always being there for you throughout all your life, throughout all your timelines, throughout all your dimensions. Thank them for even the times when they were there for you when you didn't even realize it. They turn and they hug you. And you can feel their essence melting into you, merging into you. You say your goodbyes. They let you know that the space is always open. You can always call on them anytime that you need guidance, reassurance, clarity, protection, healing, etc. Now see them stepping back gently into the golden light. The sacred fire, it remains steady. The platinum light continues flowing from above. And Gaia remains anchoring below. So go ahead and take a deep belly breath in. And this breath, it is bringing awareness back to your physical body. So feel your feet, feel your hands, feel the surface beneath you. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you are ready, you can slowly open your eyes. You are fully back, you're fully grounded, you're fully sovereign, and you're totally supported. all to sleep. I haven't I hope I haven't put you all to sleep. Wake up, beautiful people. Are you all still here? Have you all fallen asleep? I don't know. Because I'm hoping to still do some readings. But I don't know. I don't see anyone responding to me. Hi, Erin. Hi, Kristen. Huh. Are y'all still here? Anyone hearing me? I was wondering. Thank you, Pauline. I was wondering. Oh, thank you. I can't say your name. M.A. Sorry, I have problems with saying names. I don't want to butcher your name. But Miss UK, I'll call you Miss UK. Mairead. I'll call you Miss UK because I don't know how to pronounce that name and I don't want to butcher it. Alrighty, so we are gonna shift into some readings now. Let me put my stuff away. Gotta be careful. Alrighty. So let me put my stuff away. Alrighty. So are we ready to do some readings? Let us now do some readings. Oh Shay, you're wide awake. I was wondering. I was wondering a bit there. So we are gonna be doing some readings. I'm thinking of how to do these. So there are 6 people on here. It's Midzi. Oh, married. Alrighty, so if you're here, I know I see one person put their hand up already. If you're here and you want a card, I'm gonna be using am I frozen? Hope not. I'm gonna be using, I think I'm using this for right now. Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. So let me see the first person who was here who said would love a reading. So Miss UK, this one is for you, Miss UK. Let's see what messages does the universe have for Miss UK. So Miss UK, what messages are here? Alrighty, so one card fell out the deck for you. So you have Broken Arrow. So this is about peace. So this is telling you that it is time to allow peace into your world. This card even says embrace the energy of peace. So typically Broken Arrow is about peace. It is saying that, you know, the arrow is for protection. It is saying that you can drop your guard. It's okay to let your guard down. Like, it's like telling you that you don't need to be on edge all the time. You don't need to be like, you know, basically looking out for I don't want to say dangers to happen, but you know, you don't need to be at the time, you know, be on edge always, just looking for the next shoe to fall, so to say. This is letting you know that it is time to embrace peace. Like, it is a time of peace, so to say. And for you, what I'm also seeing so funny, I saw a deer in my head. And when I see a deer in my head, deer to me represents springtime. So this is saying to you that, you know, springtime, which is a time of coming out of the winter cave, so to say. It is a time of, you know, spring is when the planting goes on in spring, and I like to see spring as a new start. So this is telling you that a new start also is coming up in the springtime for you, so get prepared for that. And spring to me is also telling you that it's like the universe wants you to know you're going to be okay. Spring is a time for you to put those ideas, the ideas that you've been sitting on. It is time to till the soil and put them in the soil, so to say. Now, another message coming up for you is the full moon is coming up. You need to do a release under the full moon. You need to write out the things that you want to let go. Go outside under that full moon, burn it and release it under the full moon. Allow the full moon to, you know, take away anything that is not aligned with your current path at this moment. All right, hon? So, I feel like I want to change this deck. So, who's next? All right, Pauline. So I see, I'm going to go in the order that I see them. So, Linda, this one is for you. So, messages for Linda. Linda, I'm using the Sacred Traveler. So what messages do we have for Linda? What does, oops, alrighty. Linda, for 5 cards jumped out the deck all at once. So universe, what do you want to tell Linda? The cards keep want to jump out like, all right. So we're going to work with this one. So we have crossing bridges for you, Linda. So crossing bridges, I hope I'm putting it correct. So crossing bridges right here, it's saying, you know, it is a time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Now, the first thing here, you see this bridge, crossing bridges? Linda, it is telling you that forward ever, backwards never. It's saying that it is time to cross a bridge in your life. Now, this bridge, it could be, you know, like this card says, healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. What is there someone that you need to connect with? Is there any sort of healing that needs to happen in your life? Is there someone that you may need to reach out to, someone you may need to connect with? Is there something that needs mending? And then on the other hand, is there something in your life that needs releasing? What do you need to let go? What do you need to release? The universe is saying it is a time for that. It is literally a time for, you know, as it says, cross that bridge so that you never go back that way. And I love that this card as well has a full moon on it. So this full moon card is coming up, this full moon on this card, it is coming up to illuminate the parts of your life, the things in your life that needs illuminating. That's what the full moon is. A full moon comes to shine light on the things in our lives that need light on. And the thing is, whenever the full moon shines this light on stuff, don't ignore it. It is for a reason. It is absolutely, absolutely for a reason. So Linda, it is time to let go. All right, hon? Let go, let go, let go. So who is next? Jen. So the next, all right. So Jen, you have uncovering treasure, and this just jumped out the deck for you. So this is saying beneath the surface lies great bounty. Sometimes in life, in order to find our blessings, we gotta be like miners and dig for it, dig for it, dig for it. So Jen, this is telling you that you are in a space in your life where you are uncovering treasures. There are so much treasures within you, and these treasures, they are not external, they are internal. The universe is saying it is time to excavate your inner world. It is time to go back within yourself and see the treasures that are within you that may have been hidden, may have been distorted. It is time to start looking for them again. It is time to bring them out into the light. And these treasures, it can be talents, it can be gifts. Like, what are you hiding? It's like saying, whatever you're hiding within yourself, it is time to bring it out into the light. All right, hon? So Jin, that is for you. Where's my tarot deck? Where's my tarot deck? I feel the need to switch to tarot. Oh, I found it. I wonder where the other one is. Alrighty, so who is next? Let me see who is next. Alrighty, Shell, I have you down. So, Pauline. The next card is for Pauline. So, what messages are here for Pauline? Oh, so Pauline, we have, hold on. We have a 9 of Pentacles here, and I felt the need to pull another card, so this one came off for you. So Pauline, this 9 of Pentacles, for one, 9s represent, I want to say, completion, so to say, and this is a 9 of Pentacles. So this is like you have done the hard work, and it's time to reap the fruits of your labor, reap the rewards. And you see this lady, she's sitting here, and it's like you can see that she has already done all the hard work. Now she's just sitting here and she's enjoying her glass of wine. And I love that there are apples in this tree here. Now the apples in this tree, apples represent prosperity, but they also represent protection. So Linda, if you've been worried about finances, so to say, like, you know, sorry, not Linda, Pauline, sorry, this one is for Pauline. Pauline, if you've been worried about, you know, finances, etc., the universe is telling you that, guess what, it's all taken care of. It is all taken care of. And right now is kind of a time for you to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. All the work that you've done, the rewards for that, it is coming in. Now you also had the Fool here. Now the Fool, this is about trusting your journey. You gotta trust your journey. Now you may not understand everything that's around the corner, you may not understand everything that's coming up for you, but the universe is saying you gotta trust. Just as you see this person here, and I like to say they're at the cliff that's at the edge of life, and You see, it looks like she's gonna jump off, but at the same time, she's trusting because look, there's a little ship down here. So even if she jumps and she falls in the water, the ship is like her spirit guide. It's like her spirit team. It is like, them saying that all you have to do is trust, and that's what the fool is about. And also the fool has 0 on it, the number of potential. This is telling you, Pauline, that there's a lot of potential that is being opened up to you, but you just have to grasp it, you just have to grab it. All right, hon? So that's for you. Now who is next? Shay. All right, so Shay, you are the next person. So universe, messages for Shay. What do we need to tell Shay today? What messages are here? All right, so Shay, your card, Karma. Ooh, you have a 9 of Cups. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. Shay, all the things your dreams are going to come true. This is the wishes card. This is the card that says that if you've been working towards a dream, if you've been working on something, if you are wondering, how will my future pan out? This card is here to tell you that all the things that you're putting into place, your dreams are going to come true. This is like the universe literally coming and saying to you, hon, your dreams are going to come true. And you see this lady, she's sitting here and you can see she is serene. She's at peace, she is happy, she is just, it's like she's just in a state of bliss, and the universe is telling you that bliss is your natural state of being. This is telling you, don't let your inner world, don't let the outer world affect your inner world. Your inner world should be affecting your outer world. Your inner world should be creating your outer world. And this is also about emotional calm. So you may have been coming from a situation where there was turbulence, there was emotional turbulence, situations making your emotions on edge, etc. And the universe is saying you have made the choice, because I do feel with this card that you have made a choice. You have chosen to walk away from things, and whatever you've walked away from, you're walking into better. So the universe just want to tell you that you're gonna be all right. All of your dreams are gonna come true, every single one of them. You're gonna have your 9 golden cups, just as this lady is. All right, hon? So who next do we have? Who's next? Shell. So we have Shell. So the next card is for Shell. So messages for Shell, universe. What does Shell need to know? Oh, Shell. A lot of cards popping out here, but this is the only one. So this one, there were 3 cards that came out, but this one turned upright. So because it turned upright, this is the one I'm going to use. Now this is an 8 of Pentacles. So Shell, this card is about putting in the work to get the rewards. Now Pentacles represent finances. They also represent the long term, because Pentacles, it represents years, long term. So this is saying that put the work in. Where you're at right now, I feel like you're in a stage where the more that you apply yourself is the more results you're gonna see. So you see this lady here, she's like she's a witch, and you can say that she's trying to blend up some sort of concoction, and she has all these bottles, and she's doing the work. So this is like saying, do the work. Once you apply yourself, once you do the work, then you are gonna see the long-term rewards of this. Now on this, it has a standard right here. Now, back in ancient days, a standard would be how you find, say if you're in a village, you're going through a village or whatever, you want to find a blacksmith or whoever you want to find to, do whatever the work you need to be done, you would look for a standard. Now, this is telling you, Shell, that up your standard by doing the work. You gotta do the work. You gotta do the nitty-gritty work. You gotta do the things even when you don't want to do it. You gotta do it, because what you're doing is building your future. So go ahead, Shell, and make sure that you are doing that work. So what I want to close out on is I want to pull a card for the collective. I so love this deck. I am so in love with this deck. I got this deck. I bought it at a book sale last year, May, and I've been sitting on it for months. Like, I didn't even talk about it for quite a few months because it is just so profound. Now, this is a Native American deck, and what's crazy, this deck is from 1951. Would you believe that? This is a deck from 1951. This is the second edition of it, printed in 1990, but the originally it's from 1991. And I'm gonna show you something. Look how thick this book is. This is I like to call it a storytelling deck. One of the cards, all right, so I'll show you with this book and the meanings. So the meanings take up probably 3 to 5 pages. So first page, second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page. It's like a storytelling, like, and I love that it is all native teachings. It is powerful. So I want to pull a card for the collective, and let me show you guys the cards, what the cards look like. So these are what the cards look like. And I'm also, just to let you know, I'm also doing readings. I'm doing mini readings with this deck. It's like $24.99 for a 3-card reading from this deck. So I'm gonna pull a card for the collective. What does the collective need to know right now? You are welcome, Shell. You are welcome. And I saw, oh, I didn't see this comment. Linda, let me see what Linda says. Oh, I understand, Linda. I'm sending you many hugs. So, collective-wise, I want one card already. So, what is this card? So, we have Kokopelli, fertility. No, I'm going to go into the book for this because, like I tell you guys, I don't normally read from the book, but for this one, I'm still getting used to it. So, I do use the book for this one. So, let's go see what number 14, Kokopelli. I've never gotten that card either. This one is a new one. So let's go see what Kokopelli is about. So this says it is about teaching. So the Kokopelli was a proud Tolek who came to Aztlan from the deep heart of Mexico. This is a lot. I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to read the application. So if Kokopelli has lured you with his magical flute, it is time to listen to his song. This song is one of fertility. You are being asked to use your talents to create fertility in some area of your life. If things have been slowly moving, Kokopelli's song is saying that whatever you intend to plant at this time will be very productive for you. And wasn't I just telling somebody about springtime and starting new things? I think so. Planting seeds for the future takes effort on your part, so now is the time to use your skill and resources to make use of the magic. If you have a project to begin or an idea to develop, the timing couldn't be better. Shift away from any old limiting beliefs and move forward. The time is now, the power is within you. So universe, I want us give us a clarifying card for this. Give us one card that clarifies this message even a little bit more. So all right, we have one more card that clarifies vision quest. Oh my Lord, look at this. So this is telling you that fertility, there is something that you need to create. And then we have the vision quest card, which is about seeking and finding. And remember, with the Native Americans, whenever a person went on a vision quest, it is like a quest to find out what's the purpose of my life. What am I supposed to do? This is about seeking and then finding the answers that you're seeking for. So let me find vision quest in this book. So hold on. So the vision quest. The Vision Quest card speaks of a time of new directions or strengthening of the present path based on personal truth. Sometimes to find this truth, it is necessary to enter the silence and remove personal confusion. In other instances, it is necessary to actually go on a vision quest. This card tells you that the course of your life needs to be clarified through vision. It is now time to ask for assistance from the allies and or the ancestors so that your choices will be reinforced with their wisdom and assistance. Seeking your personal answers is the keynote. Trusting those feelings and following them with action is the way to find the truth. To accomplish this, you must release confusion and doubt and then proceed by allowing your truth to emerge. Remember, In seeking, you are seeking for answers. Be willing to accept and recognize the truth when it comes to you. Recognition and acceptance always precede inner knowing. I tell you what, I feel like this card so much aligns with me talking about spirit guides. Like, I was just led to come in here and talk about spirit guides, and I feel like this final card here for the collective so aligns with it, because when we talked about the spirit guide, we were talking about connecting with ancestors, connecting with allies. We were talking about, seeking answers. We were talking about, trusting the feelings, trusting the messages and the things that you get. So I feel like this is a very, very powerful end to, I want to say, the whole session, this whole session here. So thank you to everyone who, hi James, I see you watching. Hi. And James, I love that name because James is a part of my family name. So my maternal family, my mother's family, they are James. So my mother's name is actually Maxine James. And funny thing, James is a part of my name as well, because when I was registered in Jamaica in the 80s, it was all handwritten and they made a mistake. So when you get registered in Jamaica, they give you what we call a pink slip. So the pink slip is like a little receipt, and on the receipt they had my name, Lloyd Jones, and then on the original copy that's the Registrar General, when that came, it was Lloyd James, my mother's name, and that was a hell to get that change. I had to re-register at 22. I had to find both my parents because they were no longer together. They broke up when I was like a month old. I had to find both of them and get them to sign literally a stack of documents that says that yes, I am their child, in order to be able to use my last name, in order to have the Jones last name. And then what happened was the government said, because this was a part of my name for 22 years, I couldn't just drop it. So I ended up with a long name, Lloyd. My last name is James Jones. But I don't use the James though unless it's like something official. Unless I'm doing some sort of official document that gotta match up with like my passport or my birth certificate, I just use Jones. But yeah, James, when I see your name, I think of my family. So thank you all for turning up. I appreciate each and every one of you who turned up here. Even though this was impromptu and you guys still showed up and you still supported me, thank you, thank you. I want to say that I want to start going live more. I'm not a live person though. I'm a writer. I like to write, and that's why I don't really do a lot of lives. But I know that you people love my energy, so I will start. I'm gonna do better, I promise. I promise you guys, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna start coming on here some more. All right. So again, thank you all for showing up. And if you're just showing up, there is actually probably a between the teaching and the guided meditation, maybe an hour. The first hour of this was teaching about spirit guides, etc., and then there was a guided meditation to meet your spirit guide. So you guys can do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna try to show up next week Friday again. I'm gonna try to show up. If enough of you nudge me, I will do it, I promise. So alrighty, take care. Namaste, beautiful souls. And I have spaces for sessions this coming week. So if anyone wants a session, and these sessions can be Sacred Path. I really love using these cards. They are so powerful. It can be Sacred Path, it can be Tarot, it can be Akashic. And guess what? I'm also opening up to not a reading, but if someone, if there's something that you want to talk about, you want, additional perspective from a spiritual point of view, etc., etc. If things are going on in your life that you'd want an understanding of, my doors are open. I like to bring clarity to people's lives. So thank you all. I love each and every one of you. Bye, beautiful people.